Hi everyone, this is Randy and Shelley Knapp with knappstudios.com. We are really excited to introduce our newest handheld. You are in for a super treat today. The scope is called Lumie. It's a limited edition of 16. We have used a variety of woods on it, but it has got some special features that we've never done on a Kaleidoscope before. So I'm going to let Randy share that with you. Randy?
What we've done with Lumie is we've incorporated some glow-in-the-dark elements. So the whole design is based and inspired on the luminescent bugs in the rainforest. I've also watched a lot of documentaries on TV, and I see, out in the rainforest when it gets dark, all these bugs are fighting for attention, and they luminesce to draw attention to themselves so they can find each other.
There they are. Oh my gosh, can you believe it?
Finally found them. Better be quiet. They're Lumies. We finally found them.
We found the Lumies?
We found. Oh, wait! Look at that one. It's different.
It is. Oh, here's another one. It's different.
Oh yeah. I wonder what that's all about. They're all the same, but then those two are slightly different. And then I'm also. I really like when they go real deep in the ocean and you see these jellyfish, and the jellyfish have, the patterns are symmetrical and they're luminescent.
Yeah.
I mean, they glow. They're lit up with electricity. I'm like, how can you capture that? And so with all the modern things happening now, there's materials now that luminesce and you can use them. So that's what we are working with, and we incorporated into this scope. The Lumie is a continuation from Blissful Journey, basically, but they are both inspired by the way Mudskippers come out of the water in the mud, and this is like their feet, and they crawl up the banks. That's what really gave me the inspiration to put the feet on these handhelds, so eliminates the need for having a base. As a kaleidoscope designer, I'm excited that this is all one piece. And so this is the glow-in-the-dark elements on the back. And I put them in a geometric pattern so that it would mimic what you see on the jellyfish and on the bugs too. Some of the bugs have multiple patterns, and they're in symmetrical, multiple luminescing spots, and they're symmetrical the way they're laid out. So I really love it. This material will light up for 4 to 8 hours. I mean, yeah. And so you can charge it up. You can charge it up with any light source. So you could just hold it by a fluorescent light or an LED light or your lamp. But if you want to play with it with your
sunlight.
Yeah. But I don't recommend displaying it in direct sunlight, because that'll just weather the wood and ruin it. In fact, direct sunlight's really bad for any wood kaleidoscopes. But with just an LED flashlight, you can just charge up that illumination. So that really fulfilled my my original design concept when I learned how to incorporate this material and how to work with it. But to take it a step further, I told Shelley I really want to get it into the image if we can, but in the image I don't want it to look like it doesn't belong in there. We both learned how to manipulate this material with heat, and we sculpted it into pieces and so there's 2 pieces in this object cell that will luminesce.
There's a green piece that matches what's on the barrel, and then there's also a blue piece. But the cool thing about the material is that when it's in the object cell, it still activates with the filters from the dichroic filters, and it picks up the colors that are coming from that.
So if you don't know that this luminesces, you would see those pieces. They're very receptive to the filtered light. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know that it will charge up and luminesce, you would just think it's a beautiful image. And so that's what I said. I said it has to look good without luminescing. And so she was pretty picky. It took about
Yeah, it took a few tries, huh?
Took a few different pieces and some different sculpting techniques, but finally we're like, oh yeah, that looks awesome, and they match. It matches with her
our
style.
Yeah.
Yeah, matches your style.
Yeah.
So anyhow,
so it's kind of fun when you're looking at your scope. You kind of don't realize which pieces they are unless you know unless you're really looking for them.
So the prototype was done a month and a half ago when we've both been, I don't know, critiquing the image over a period of time. And what really surprised me was that sometimes you pick it up and you go, I wonder if you can see them, and they'll be charged because they were laying just right in the object cell and the daylight charged them. So that was a complete shock, but you can go like that. If you put it where the screw hole is on the object cell, there's a clear opening in the object cell there. So that lets the light in easier. If you hold the light up there for about 1 minute, depending upon where they're at in there, you usually get a pretty hot charge. If you want to supercharge it and you've got a bigger flashlight and you're like me, you're lazy, I just do that. So
we have found that the green holds the charge a little bit better than the blue. So the blue, which I love that because you've got a contrast in the image. The blue's a little bit more subdued.
Yeah, subtle.
Yeah, a little subtle. So it creates a nice complementary in the image. So
yeah, they don't fight with each other.
Yeah, they're not overpowering each other.
Yeah.
So the woods that we used on all of the scopes right here, we've done wingay with a Purple Heart accent, and then we've used a variety of woods in the 16 that we made. Primarily the big leaf maple that's from here in Oregon. We've got some myrtle wood ones. We've got one that's an Osage orange wood that's just beautiful. And then we've also got some that's out of this incredible olive wood that Randy got his hands on. They are all signed and numbered right between the feet.
To finish the rundown, so that's the woods. They all have the matching element. Now, however, some of them, the element's a little bit shorter on some of them because we had to adjust the wood size to fit the wood we had to work with. So they all have the same pattern, but some of them are bigger or smaller. Inside, they all have a 2-mirror, 5-pointed mirror system. They have a super high quality glass magnification lens, fluid-filled black background object cell with the dichroic filters that we've been doing for a long time. And now this is the first one that we've put out after one of our collectors was talking to us about access to the eye hole.
With glasses.
With glasses. And I've always been aware of that. And by the way, that is why our eyepieces are always dished, because when you dish an eyepiece out, it kind of shades the lens and eliminates some of the glare, but it pushes you farther away. So since we're working with wood, we're limited on, you know, how low can you go, but we push this one right down. So I call it the thin line eyepiece.
It allows you to get, if you're wearing glasses, it allows you to get in a little bit tighter, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, we cut the distance, we cut it down in thickness, that's why I call it the thin line eyepiece. And we've opened up the eye hole. Okay, but inside, there's another big difference on the inside of this scope, and it's the first time that we've done it. And what that is I call it the Bliss Point mirror system on the inside. So this is, don't get confused, this is not a blissful journey, but I'm calling this new mirror system the Bliss Point because I got that from the food industry. That's what when they get the perfect potato chip and you can't eat just one, they're like, you hit the Bliss Point. But I, for a long time, been telling Shelley, I love Tanoshi, I just wish it was a little bit bigger. So I feel like I really zeroed in on the large parlor scopes. I feel like I'm at the Bliss Point on those. I feel really great about the production scopes, the Mandala Mama scopes. I'm like, for a production scope, that's really a fine.
Mandala series.
Yeah,
yes.
The Mandala series, yeah. Feel really good about that. But the Tanoshis, I just always wanted that to be a little bit bigger. And so this is the first one. This is now 25% bigger. So
what he means by 25% bigger, the image is 25% bigger.
This with the Bliss Point mirror system in it and the thin line eyepiece, and then with the The LumieLites is what
Yeah,
we call the pieces. We'll make a separate, we'll make a section of the video and just show you those guys, and we'll luminesce them on some black cloth and show you how that works. So, all right, now it's really obvious which ones the LumieLites are.
Let's get inside the scope and show you guys what the image looks like.
Okay, this is the interior of Lumie. It's a limited edition handheld, kind of a hybrid handheld because it has its own feet, so it's a little sculptural piece. In the object cell, there's two little special pieces called LumieLites. That's the white material you see right now.
You see the tips of both of them actually.
So when they're not luminescent, they look like Shelley's regular white kind of glass pieces she might put in there. So this is all hand lamp work glass by Shelley with the Lucini dichroic with a pattern on it. I love that stuff. That is so cool.
Yes. So there's the blue one.
Yeah, there's the blue.
And then you can see when the light goes really off, how it really glows. I've got the whole object cell is blacked out, and then that's letting some light come back in. That blue piece is changing colors. It's the light coming through the filters. And that's why we were talking about earlier that these pieces are really receptive to the light change.
Oh man, that is cool. Did you see that? That looks like a pine cone from outer space or something. Wow.
We just need there. Oh no, thought that was the green one.
The green one.
That was the dichroic.
The green one's behind. He's right in the center.
Yeah, and there's the green with that pattern dichroic right in front of it.
That's awesome. Ooh, darken it out again. So Shelley's basically shading the object chamber with a towel. Ooh, that is freaking cool. That's just freaky, man. I never would have thought that was ever possible.
So the fun thing for me, for the image, is it brought in a whole nother element.
Oh, there's the blue.
I love the blue because it really shifts with the dichroic filters and stuff. So it is really receptive to that color change.
The blue never gets as intense as the green one really has the super glowy effect. Back up a little bit there. You got me shaded out too much.
There you're back to no light, no overhead light, just natural daylight coming through.
The blue one's just real happy to be in there. The green guy's being shy.
He's back behind.
He's got to come around.
He's got to come around. Come on, baby.
The blue one is really happy in there.
He wants to make a statement.
I have so much stuff. I'm filming with the iPhone 8, but I have towels draped over different things to block out the extraneous light and what have you. And so
so cool.
It's a little bit challenging to manipulate it.
And we want to just share too, you are actually looking through one of the kaleidoscopes. We are filming through the scope with the iPhone 8. It's incredible.
Which is, oh, there's the green one. Oh, check that out. The green one and the blue one together.
Now let's see. There's the light going out.
Ooh, that is cool.
Cool.
You know, as soon as we turn the camera off, that green one's going to fall right in the front, and we're going to be like, you.
He's working his way up there now, see?
Yeah, they're both in there now.
And then here we'll darken. Look at that. That is so bizarre.
I think that should give them a good idea.
I think so too. Well, we want to just thank you guys for watching, and if you want to learn more about our kaleidoscopes and about Lumie, visit our website at knappstudios.com. And we hope you have a wonderful day.